When you're in your season of discomfort, you have to keep moving forward. But the only way you can move forward is if you stay still. Okay? Welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and let's just get straight into today's video. In order for you to become the best version of yourself, in order for you to get through these difficult times, you have to brace them. I know you may want to fight and tussle and go back and forth, but if certain people and places and things are starting to be stripped from you, if your mindset is changing, if your behavior is changing, if you are evolving and certain things are no longer compatible with you, it cannot stay. Your friends, family members, jobs, anything or anybody that you were once familiar with, if they are meant to be out of your life, whether it's temporary or for that season, and you go against it and you challenge it, you're going to experience discomfort. You are only feeling uncomfortable because it is meant to happen, and it's happening as you are going through it as we speak right now. So if you're in your season of isolation and you're not used to being alone because you suffer with codependency issues, you suffer with attachment issues, maybe you're used to being a people pleaser, maybe you grew up in dysfunction, confusion, corruption, narcissistic, toxic, low vibrational, whatever it is, anything that's trauma or anything that's not positive, uplifting, or healing, you have to realize that this is new. So anything that's new to you is going to be unfamiliar. And a lot of times, unless you are educating yourself about this newness, unless you're embracing this newness, or unless you are genuinely wanting this newness, you may feel conflicted, and that's normal. You have to learn how to validate what it is that you're feeling, and you have to stop acting as if things do not bother you when they do. Like, you have to be mad, you have to be sad, you have to cry, you have to grieve, you have to not talk to people and then talk to people, or you have to find ways to make yourself happy. But most importantly, you cannot rush the process. You have to be in that stage. Like, caterpillars do not become butterflies unless they're in their cocoon season. Imagine yourself as a beautiful caterpillar. Shout out to Bug's Life, because that's what I just thought about. A beautiful butterfly. Anybody who sees Bug's Life, or Are You Too Young? Before he was able, that one caterpillar, to turn into a beautiful butterfly, he had to go through his cocoon season. And that's what it is. Same thing with women. When we give birth, your baby has to be born, and it's a lot that comes with it. Like, if you're used to being in poverty and you want to be a millionaire, or you want to be wealthy, or you're learning and becoming educated in financial literacy, you have to let go of the belief systems about being in poverty. You got to let go of belief systems about limitation when it comes to money, what wealth looks like, what success looks like, what you invest your money into, whether it's stocks. If you're becoming an entrepreneur, you may have to take classes. You may have to physically change your banks. You may have to get an LLC, an EIN, all those good things. You may have to invest into the IRS. Like, you have to be able to realize that it's a process. If you grew up in an abusive household and you weren't used to expressing your feelings, if you're used to suppressing yourself and now you want to learn how to be vulnerable, you have to allow all that tension, all that pain, all that frustration, all those sleepless nights to come up, which means you are going to be triggered. You're going to feel challenged. Like, you cannot avoid the process. And the more you try to fight it, the more you don't accept where you are, the more you will feel like nothing is working out for you. And I'm here to strongly disagree with you, because that's not true. You have to realize how far you've come. And if you're still in the midst of this storm, as people like to say, that means you still have a long way to go. So we have to learn how to transmute these negative energies and these negative mindsets when it comes to being in the storm, versus learning how to make it more positive. Like, you have to realize where you were 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago is not where you are now. And the first thing you need to do as you are learning to validate your emotions and accept where you are is to congratulate yourself. You need to be proud of yourself. I need you to, when you see this video, to put in the comments that you're proud of yourself. Say that you are, you hear this? Proud of yourself. I'm not going to but you need to be proud of yourself. As your favorite mental health specialist, aka a motivational teacher, This is what this channel is about. And if you see me anywhere else, I'm your favorite rich auntie. But this one strictly, we cannot talk and say things that we do not do, and the energy speaks for itself. So if you feel bothered, you feel uncomfortable, good. Sit up, chest out, chin out, okay? You have to realize you're not who you used to be. You're learning. It's a journey, and it's like, accept it. Accept it. It's okay that you're not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. It's okay that right now you may not have friends, you may not have the money, you may not have a job. It is okay. You're not meant to stay here. You have to realize you're not meant to be stuck in this moment forever. And that's another reason why you have to learn how to just be still. You're not meant to stay there. If you were meant to stay in this situation, why would you get this far? You have to decide, though, to keep showing up for yourself. Like, you literally have to want to move forward. Now, of course, it's a lot that comes with it. I'm speaking from experience. When you go through a lot of trauma, if you really have gone through enough amount of trauma, you have no choice. That's another thing I need you to know. You don't have a choice. It's not an option. Giving up is not an option. If I could jump through this camera right now, I would. It's not an option. You could rest. You could cry yourself to sleep at night. You could get your journal. You could get on your knees. You could pray. You could go to your therapist. You could find a guidance counselor. You could find your friends. You could go on YouTube. You can listen to affirmations. You can listen to podcasts. You could go outside, but you got to figure it out, because giving up is not an option. You've been through too much to experience less than what you already felt and what you already were to give up on yourself. It's not an option. So take your time. You're not behind. You're not missing out. Even though you may feel as though things are not working out for you and you don't have everything, you're not supposed to. Once you learn to genuinely be still, and once you learn how to evaluate where you are, once you learn, like I said, to transmute these negative mindsets and to accept that you're not where you used to be, you're not who you used to be, but you have some growing to do, you will start to realize you don't know how long it's going to take you to get out of this uncomfortable situation. So the best thing that you can do is learn to just appreciate the moment, because it could take years. Your path, your journey, the final destination, trigger warning. I try my best not to say stuff like this, but this is a very honest channel. And even after I'm gone, these videos are going to be here. But the final destination to life is death. That's it. So until you get there, slow down. Slow down. So what people have to say about you? Who cares that you're not? That's not important. Your final destination, like the movie, and that's why it's called Final Destination, is death. Trigger warning. When you are going through difficult times, you cannot give up on yourself. You have to find ways to cope and to deal with it. And the best way you can do that is to express how you feel. You have to talk about how you feel. It doesn't matter if people are talking about you and judging you. Those same people are going through the same, if not worse. The only difference between you and them, the only difference between us and them, is that we're handling it like a lady. We're handling it like a man. We're handling it like a boss. We're handling it like a G. And most importantly, we're not ashamed. You're not embarrassed. You should not be ashamed or embarrassed about the things that you have to go through, because nobody is there with you when you're in this dark moment of your life. Nobody. Nobody. Even if people are in front of you, they're not inside you. They don't know. And if they do know, they're going to be telling you the same things that I'm telling you. If you're genuinely here to subscribe and not just to look at me because you think I'm beautiful, you need to know that. If nobody told you that. Don't surround yourself with people who are not pouring into you. They have to go. So it's like when you get in that season of isolation, you have to learn how to be grateful. You genuinely have to learn how to be grateful, and you genuinely have to say that you're going to be okay and things are going to get better. Of course, like I said, when you are not used to being in a peaceful environment, or if you're not used to being wealthy, if you're not used to being healthy, if you're not used to just things, of course, you are going to start to think about, oh, such and such, or where you used to be, or who you used to live. You're going to start to think about that. You're going to start to reminisce. Nothing wrong with memories, but you have to ask yourself, where are these memories helping you and allowing you to be the best version of yourself? Because if they were, why aren't you there? That's like certain people in your life. Why aren't they in your life? The people that I know, they weren't there for me when I was the best version of myself. Where are they at? Were these people in your life allowing you to be the best version of yourself? Or if they were, and if it is, it's not a few, it's not a lot, excuse me, it was only a few, at least for me. Let me know in the comment section. If you have a good support system, if you have loving family members, if you don't have friends that are envious of you, partners that are jealous of you, or people, be grateful for them, because it's not, I'm not going to say that it's not common, but there are some people who are good and there are some people that are bad. That's the best way that I can explain it. You have to realize that when you're in your season of discomfort, it's for you to learn the lesson. You can say what you need to say, you can express yourself, but you have to learn the lesson. You have to continue to show up daily until you get to where you need to be. As you're in your season of temporary form of discomfort, you have to remind yourself that you feel this way because you're growing. That's the first thing we have to work on. Affirmations do not work if you're not putting in the work. So you cannot say this and then genuinely believe this if you're not taking the steps, if you're not putting in the action. If you're putting in the action and you're putting in the work, you have to know that this is a temporary season. You feel like this because you're growing. You feel like this because you're evolving, and you know you have so much far to go. Even if you cannot see it right now, the only way you can move forward, like I said, is to be still. You have to be still. You have to be okay with what you've learned. And if you know what you learned and you've been applying it and you're taking each day for what it is nothing more that you could do. It's literally nothing more that you could do. You genuinely have to wait. That's what it is. You have to be able to learn how to be patient in life. You have to learn how to be patient. You have to be patient with yourself, learning how to be patient with other people. It's a lot. It's a responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. And everyone in the world is not going to have that opportunity. So if you are, you have to learn how to be mindful. You have to take care of yourself even when you don't feel like it. You are the only person that can take care of you when you are there alone. Nobody is going to be there for you every day of your life. Not your mom, not your dad, not your cousin, not your fish, not your brother, they're not going to be in your life forever. Nothing in life is going to last forever. You have to learn how to take care of yourself in that season. You have to be able to stand up for yourself. If people are not helping you, if people are not contributing into your life, let them talk. That's all they're going to do. As people are seeing you grow, as people are seeing you evolve, as people are being removed, and it's not important no more. That chapter is over with. You're going to grow in life. You're growing in life. So when you're in your season of discomfort, you got to learn how to transmute the energy. And that's what we're going to be talking about for the rest of this month going into the next year. So if you have questions, comments, and concerns, let me know in the comment section. But most importantly, make sure you follow for more if you watch this video all the way to the end. I need to see I'm proud of you in the comment section. It's not an option. If you watch this video all the way to the end and you liked it, I'm proud of you in the comment section. Not me, but you. You say I'm proud of, and you put your name, and I'm going to put my name as an example. So I would say I'm proud of you, Ty Guidance. I'm proud of you, Rich Auntie, for getting this far. You are the only person who knows what you go through behind the scenes. And speaking from experience, as you become an adult over the age of 25, okay, you have to realize other grown adults are not going to make you feel bad about yourself. We all go through things. Now, if you're under the age of 25, you still have some growing and some learning to do. This doesn't mean that you haven't learned anything. This doesn't mean that you haven't experienced things. But for those of you who get it, you get it. I'm talking about on a subconscious level of your life. That's the first 4 out of the centuries, decades, okay? Those who know understand. And as you're learning in life, you're not going to be the same person. Who I was 5 years ago, who I was 4 years ago, not the same person. Who I was at 20, I'm turning 28. That's 8 years. It's a big difference. Even 2 years, 1 year, a month ago, it's still a difference. Take your time. This is the season for you to release everything. Like, everything has to go. Everything has to go. The job, anything that's not in alignment of what you want to become has to go. It has to go. It's not an option. And that's what you learn in this season. Make sure to follow me. All social media platforms will be down in the description box below. If you want a one-on-one session, head to my website at tygoddess.summer.com. My videos on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram and Twitter are more passionate because it's just like you need to get the message versus in one-on-one, you know, it's more intimate. It's very personal. So trigger warning, if you're not ready to be triggered, you're not ready to do the work, just like the video and keep watching and take notes. But if you are, this is not a joke. This is real, okay? Trauma is real, unfortunately. And when you follow me on all social media platforms, on Instagram and TikTok, I'll be going live until we reach our goal here on YouTube. So make sure you like this video, share it, repost it. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you want me to continue making videos like this in the comment section and on Instagram, on TikTok, and my story. I will post a poll to let me know what you guys are interested in, what we need to work on, things that we need to take away from, as well as here in the community section on YouTube. Let me know down below. Do not be afraid, because you already watched this video from the beginning to the end. So when you're in a season of discomfort, you need to be proud of yourself. You need to evaluate yourself. And most importantly, we're going to start working on how to transmute this negative energy into positive energy and continue your journey, because your final destination is where? Okay. Thank you. Love you. You're not alone. Cry if you need to. Bye.